Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Right now we are up in Pennsylvania, going ahead and setting up 2 tree stands for tomorrow, which is Monday, and Tuesday's hunting, kind of this later season of archery. And right now Dad is just trying to go over real quickly. Last week or 2 weeks ago he was here. Dad, what kind of really happened? Right there. Anyways, so Dad, what happened when you were here hunting the other day?
I was just sitting right over here to the left. I heard these deer coming behind me, and they just ran right here to these rocks.
Just with those
2 yearlings, a doe, stopped right there, and right behind them came a big buck, hot on the trail.
Big buck, like that, big 8?
It was a nice 8-point, yeah.
Okay.
Nice 8-point. Stopped behind those rocks, and then I was shot.
Oh, there's 2 of them. There's 1. Yeah.
So there's 2. Might be 3.
These deer right about 35 yards from us right
And
now.
they just turned and went
Just
straight
chilling.
in there. I had no shot.
Watch this. These deer barely see us. They haven't smelled us. We're about 30 yards from them. That's exactly what we're kind of dealing with in this area. Is there's a lot of deer. Some of them are bedding. Especially when you get this rain, they can't hear you coming through nearly as well. And that's why we're kind of trying to be quiet, set up a tree stand, hopefully kind of get to our spot before our scent just gets scattered anywhere. The rain just stopped, which is nice. But I'm guys, I'm so excited right now. This is absolutely amazing, and I am absolutely stoked. It's kind of rainy right now, so it's kind of hard for us to, we don't want to get out here in the rain too much, but we're having some fun. We're having some fun. This is absolutely perfect. You got really steep and really steep downhill, and right here, it's kind of thick, and any deer that I would imagine working through here at any buck is gonna work right in this little funnel, right, and be able to see down there and see up here. If they're too far down, they can't smell.
I'm not sure they'll come out here a buck right now, unless there's a hot doe.
Exactly, and if James's spot's right that tree, that would be pretty good. There's deer here, deer moving through. Get set up and get out and maybe set up Dad's tree stand before the rain picks up. Absolutely just wet outside today. It's wet all week, but it's hunting season, late fall hunting season here in Pennsylvania, so mid-fall I guess, but see what we can do. How's it look, Dad?
That's a good spot.
The setup's all right?
I like the angle.
Okay.
Comfortable with the position.
Yeah, I am. I can see over that way pretty good. I probably won't make too much of a opposite left-hand side shot, but then I could see all the way through here. And then any deer that works its way through the left, come right down to this little landing. Off to my straight ahead of me will be pretty good. This season, for this deer hunting season, actually about 2, 3, 4 weeks ago now, I ended up buying these nice little kind of mobile tree stand setups. Very easy, they actually clip together in a nice little formation. Maybe show a picture of that when they're all said and done. Very, very fast, very, very effective. They're very, very light, they weigh like 2 pounds a piece. I've got 4 of them. And then I have another lightweight actual hang-on tree stand that's, you can see, way up there. But yeah, we got 4 of these. We're up about 15, 16, 17 feet. Not too bad. But and then we also have a rope and then a little orange thing up top, just so anyone that's around the area, they can kind of see that. Yeah, no, it works pretty effectively. This tree's a little crooked, and so those individual things can really get kind of a good angle on the tree if it's lopsided or twisted or whatever it might be. For example, right here, these little V positionings, if the tree's not completely formed in a cylinder fashion, you can adjust them to the bark a little bit. You obviously don't want to twist them too much, and that messes it up. And then obviously you have these nice footholds that you can reverse depending on what side of the tree that you want to walk on. So you know, that works out pretty well for what I got going on, and I'm happy with it, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we get a deer. But until then, we have Dad's tree stand to set up, or at least take a look at it. It's a nice, great spot to hunt as well. Who knows if it's going to produce a big one, but it is rut. The rut season's kicking in, so we have any deer pretty much in the entire area that we're hunting. 10-mile radius could potentially move through here. You know, you always have to be alert for during the rut. Maybe hunt long hours if you need to, but fingers crossed.
I don't know that you can though, because the top catches the tree.
Okay.
If there was any way to build the bottom, you know, to
yeah, it is slightly
or shorten those.
It is slightly twisted just a little bit. I mean, I have a ratchet on there, so it's not going anywhere, but
it's just when you're in it, you feel like you're tilting forward.
Yeah.
And that's not.
I mean, obviously, I'm gonna be strapped up, but still.
As long as you have your safety
harness and stuff, yeah, no doubt about that. That's a.
I wouldn't want to be in that, because that would start feeling like I'm gonna fall off.
Yeah, you gotta be safe. You know, whatever you feel comfortable with. You know, I guess. Oh yeah, there's lots of tracks.
Man, I don't know. You know, here's a mode trail which they would come up and circle.
Yeah. So Dad, we just set up Dad's tree stand spot. If you look really carefully, you'll be able to see his tree stand. It is right in the middle of these two branches, just the platform. The reason we have Dad set up there is it overlooks two different positions, two different, I guess, travel sections in the morning and evening. I've shot 2 deer in this field right behind me. One probably about 4 years ago, and the other one probably around 5 or 6 years ago, 2015. And then in 2017 and 18, I had a spot right on the edge of this kind of brushy kind of briar stuff. I ended up sitting on the ground, and 3 or 4 doe came out of this corner, this edge, and ended up getting one with the rifle. What will be a great spot for Dad is I've seen many deer right on the back side of this, right back there, work their way through that and actually sneak behind you whenever you're sneaking behind and setting up in that kind of briar patch area. And Dad, with his spot being, he can overlook that stuff, and then he can actually overlook this field, and deer would never expect them to be in there. Why? Because they're so used to traveling through here, and actually, believe it or not, most deer aren't going to be looking inside this edge. They're looking into the field, or when they're traveling through that area, what I believe, they're just looking right in front of them. Right behind this bush is Dad's tree stand, so you can't see that from here.
You can't see it.
And that's...
Even if they saw me standing, there's trees behind it with leaves, so the profile's not going to stand out.
Yep. And that's exactly, this area should be where those deer are coming up from. That's something you look for when you're sitting at tree stands.
Very good.
How do you feel about it, Dad?
I'm very pleased. This is my kind of spot.
Yeah, it's good.
Kind of like an ambush spot where I hide. I like that.
Yeah, it's a very solid spot, and we like the close corner combat, especially when you're using an archery bow. There's something neat about it. So that's it for today's episode. If you want to see us using these tree stand spots, go ahead and subscribe. The episode of us kind of hunting these locations to see if we see any deer is going to be up after this, so stay tuned to that. You could also follow me on Instagram. It's going to be right down below here or in the description. Comment or even like if you also enjoyed these videos, and then tell me what you've seen this year. Tell me how your success has been working out, and I would love to know how other people in Pennsylvania or even other states are doing. But until then, don't forget to chase your dreams, guys, because that is what life is all about, and that's what we're doing here in Pennsylvania, deer hunting for whitetail deer. I'll see you soon.